Hey, I'm Ian MacIntyre.
I'm Diana McCallum.
And welcome to Fan vs. Fan.
And we're reviewing episode 1 of The Flash.
He was hit by lightning.
How's he still alive?
Clear.
How does it fit?
It's a little snug.
In this first episode, we see Barry Allen, who we've already met on the Arrow series. We see him in Central City, getting his powers, meeting all of the other supporting characters who are going to be on the show, undoubtedly.
And we also get our first villain.
Yep.
Who, I don't think he's actually called Weather Wizard, but we know him as Weather Wizard. In this episode, we also see Barry learning how to use his powers. He gets woken up from his coma, and he goes and immediately gets a costume pretty quickly.
Like in a day.
It's a pretty fast costume upgrade, but he is the fastest man alive, so
it works.
That's how fast you get your costumes made.
Yeah, this episode moves at a pretty brisk clip, which, considering that's The Flash, actually makes a lot of sense.
Ian, what did you like about the episode?
Like, all of it. I really liked it. I think this show is going to be super fun.
But, like, just a touch of seriousness. Like,
Absolutely.
It's not too wacky, but it's a really fun show.
And it feels like a great counterpoint to Arrow. I love the scene that you see between the two of them, because you see how they're just two very different leads for two very different shows, but they exist in the same universe, and tonally it makes sense. And I think Grant Gustin is super charming. I have a bit of a man crush on that guy already. He looks like a handsomer John Mulaney, if you know that comedian.
Oh, he does.
He kind of does, right? He's funny, and I think he'll be able to carry the series really nicely. So, Diana, what did you like about it?
This is gonna be a weird thing to say. I liked the dialogue.
Sure.
Like, I thought pretty much all the scenes worked, and just, like, every scene at least had something to talk about.
Yeah. And they've even given him, like, a fairly tragic backstory.
Yeah, 'cause
they have the weight of it, but it doesn't bog the show down.
Yeah, because, like, there's a lot of Flashes they could actually choose from to have been. They chose Barry Allen, and Barry's probably got the most tragic backstory.
For sure.
With his, his mom dies. We find that out really early. So
it's like the first 5 minutes of the show.
So,
We've spoiled nothing.
Whoop. But his mom dies, and his motivator is becoming a criminal investigator, so we can find out who actually killed her.
Yeah.
And it's a nice motivation. It's nice that he kind of had the being of being a superhero even before he becomes a superhero.
No, I think the show's going to be fun. You can definitely see the seeds of what the show will be week to week, too. Mm-hmm. They've got a really strong, almost X-Files kind of vibe to it. He's got that whole bulletin board of articles from all over the country.
Oh, yeah, things that were weird.
Weird occurrences and stuff. So, yeah, I think that they've created a pretty fun engine for a show that's going to go forward here.
Tougher question. Is there anything you didn't like about this episode?
Yeah, no, there was a couple of things. A lot of the exposition is super rushed.
Sorry.
You can't keep ducking work so you can go off chasing down these urban legends, Barry. Everyone you work with thinks you're a weirdo.
You've got to get yourself a girlfriend.
It just felt like it was coming at such a breathless pace of characters like Dr. Caitlin Snow, who, what superhero villain does she become?
Oh, I can't remember.
It's like Frost or something.
Is she Killer Frost?
No. Her first scene with Barry, where they actually talk, is him saying, like, you seem unhappy, and she's like, yes, I am unhappy. My husband died in that explosion, and I am unhappy all of the time, and I am a scientist. How about you? What did you not like in this episode?
I also didn't like the clunky exhibition, and I think a worse example is Iris and Barry's, like, introduction to us.
Oh my god, yeah.
Iris being like, hi, Barry, we're brother and sister, right? And we don't feel it way for each other.
God, yes.
Just for about 8 lines of dialogue, she talks about how she thinks of him like a brother.
I honestly, for a while in that scene, I thought she was doing a bit. Like, I thought that, like, she knew he had a crush on her, and she was messing with him.
No, that's just how she talks.
Yes.
Well, let's talk about references.
Yeah.
They went to Ferris Airfield.
Yep.
Obviously a Green Lantern reference.
Yep.
Green Lantern works at Ferris Airfield, so don't know if that means anything. Might just be a nice little nod. They do that now all the time. Just nods that don't pan out to anything.
But, there was that. There was, like, the Gorilla Grodd cage.
There's an ape around town somewhere, and no one's seen him yet.
A super smart ape.
A super smart ape who maybe can mind control people, depending on the scenario.
I loved in the newspaper at the end, in the bottom left corner, it was like Queen Consolidated and Wayne Technologies merge.
Yes, that was nice.
Which
nice
is
little,
like as close as
tie-in.
we're ever going to get to Batman being on one of these shows. How do you think this show is going to interact with the DC movie universe?
I don't think it is. I'm going to say DC's not going to go as full tilt as Marvel. I think their shows interacting are about as far as they're going to get, especially considering that DC has 4 shows on TV right now, and
Holy
only 2 of them
smokes, you're
interact.
right. Yeah,
Because Gotham doesn't interact, Constantine doesn't interact.
Yeah, you're right.
Why would we go into the movies when we already have TV shows that aren't even connected?
Yeah, no, that's a good point. Yeah, no one's really saying, like, will Gotham interact with the movies? 'Cause
Nobody.
it won't.
Well, also it's on Fox. It's going to get canceled in the season.
That's a fair point.
So
Hey, it could get canceled before the end
it
of the
could.
season.
You know what? It might never air.
Honestly, I kind of don't want it to interact with the movie universes because I didn't care for Man of Steel, and I don't care for what Zack Snyder's doing with those movies.
I agree totally. I think we're better off just sticking to our TV world and being happy with our TV world.
I think Arrow is the little show that surprised everyone and turned out to be better than people thought it would, and I kind of just want to see these shows keep doing what they're doing.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, so that's everything that we thought about the first episode of The Flash. We'd like to hear what you guys think. Comment below. Let us know what you think. We'll read out some comments on the next episode.
Or you can tweet us at Dorkshelf, and if you enjoyed, you should totally subscribe to our page.
Yes, you should definitely subscribe to our page.
And you can hear what we talk about the next episode.
Yeah, this has been Fan vs. Fan. Thanks a lot.
Kicked him out.